Yo, what is up, you guys, and welcome back to another OnEdge Podcast episode. And today we have the only another CraftedManny. Um, Many people know him as Explain yourself. I'm just kidding. No, I don't know. But CraftedManny, who are you? Why? Explain
So
yourself to
I
the
am
people.
a Minecraft Bedrock Edition content creator and leader of the Empire, which was previously owned by Pocket Gaming. Now taking over to lead the team forward and yeah, just do my part. Focusing on myself, helping out the team, and just trying to build the community and just find new ways to bring light to the community and more positivity, make it a better place ultimately.
This is a rumor. I don't know how true it is. I heard that Pocket actually wanted to delete the group, and you said, "Let me take over." How true is that?
That is 100% true. So yeah, the call we went in because before that he said something in like a chat, and it was about like a video or something. Like, let's get this, because we had a skit plan for our Empire channel video, and he was like enthusiastic about it. I was like, all right, let's get it done. And not even like a couple hours later, he started typing our other chat, and he was like, look, I don't think I could do this anymore. And so I'm like, yo, he's got to be trolling because he does troll a lot, which is part of like his personality and stuff. And
Yeah.
I absolutely love that about him. It's funny. But I'm reading that and like he was going and going. I'm like, okay, there's a reason why he's doing this, because sometimes he'll do it to spark up the conversation, but it was different. It wasn't. There was a couple things because I'm very observative and I noticed a couple things that are off about people, and like I was looking at it and I was like, something's off. And so he was just going in and in, and I was like, okay, he's definitely not joking. So I hop in and I was like, dude, like, you know, I've spent so much time, so many hours like in this group and whatnot. And I was like, I can't see it fall like that. So we had this long conversation, like hours and hours. And we had like three different choices. And one of them, yeah, he was just like, it's not really, I can't say it wasn't getting anywhere, but he just had a lot of stress on his plate, and I completely understood him too. He's got a lot going on. He's very successful, even if he doesn't think he is, from what he's doing now.
Yeah, yeah.
And I told him, I was like, yeah, I mean, I don't want to force him. I was like, choose anybody. Don't just choose me because I'm here. I'm like, choose anybody that you honestly think would be a great leader. And he was like, dude, it's got to be you. So,
Do you,
um,
do, what do you think the rest of the members thought? Because do you think it was offensive for some of them? For some of them to enter a group where their main focus in that group is to stick together and become a more powerful clan, if you want to call it. Do you think people got offended by the fact that he say, "Oh, all of a sudden I don't feel it, so let's end it"? How, how did you fix that for, I guess, some people who did get offended by that?
well, the good part is a lot of people actually understood. Like everybody was like, we agree with this decision. And obviously, he was saying these things like maybe I'm just not a good leader, or like that was like a choice. Like, what if it's not just me being stressed? What if it's just, and I told him, I was like, it's not the case. Like, when you're stressed and you got things to do, that's something, you can't control that. And so being me behind him, I told him, because he's a good friend. He's not just a YouTuber. I look at, he's a genuine friend.
Yeah.
And so, that's why I was putting him all into this, because I wasn't looking at this project as a way to help me out. Because he knows too, even to this point, to this day, I told him, day one when he invited me to the group, I was like, my only purpose here, at least to me, isn't for my own benefit, but it's to help everybody else out in the group. I'm here to give everyone the support they need to, make sure their mindset's straight. So he told me straight up, like, he's seen my work and stuff like that. And I'm glad, because I've been putting the work and stuff and showing him, because, I told him it's his project. This is his
Oh yeah, of
child,
course.
essentially. Yeah. And so, you know, putting all this work and stuff, like he knows deep down that I'm passionate for it as well. And we pretty much saw the exact same potential. Like, we didn't really have different visions. We see the exact same potential. And so, um, everybody else knew that as well. And so when all this went down, everybody pretty much agreed with it, and they were excited and stuff like that. But like everybody was like, it sucks, because it's like he's the one that created this. Like, Empire's been a thing for a long time in terms of like, because that's what he used to call his fan base, whatever, the Empire. But the actual group, I don't think was founded until like
Until he made his
early
comeback.
2020. Yeah, around that time. And so I don't think anybody was offended, because I mean, every member is very understanding and stuff like that. Have great, communication and whatnot. And they understood, because he fully explained himself that, it's stressful, because a lot of people in our group, that's something we're still working on. And it's definitely got better, but a lot of people get stressed easily and stuff like that over the smallest things. And so it's my job to, make sure they don't, and make sure they're, again, their mindsets are straight. So when he, described himself, explained himself and whatnot, his situation, yeah, everybody was just, they were cool with it, but with it, they weren't like it, because he's still in the group. He's still a content
Yeah,
creator,
yeah.
but yeah, for, again, it's weird because it's like him being the leader all this time, and all of a sudden, like, yeah, I can't do this. Um, it wasn't so much like he didn't have faith in the group. It's, I think it's just a stress factor. When you have a lot going on and stuff like that, it's very hard to manage a team.
And here's another question. I might be throwing you under the bus. Who? What do you have to say, or is there any dispute? I guess this is just for me to know. Do people have to be put in place often, or do you think that's not a constant problem where someone's saying a really hard opinion where they think they're the boss and the real boss is actually you? You get me?
Yeah, that's actually not a problem at all. Like, everybody in our group is very understanding, and I told him this too. Like, don't really look at me as like a leader. Look at me as like a guider. Like, don't, because again, if we're being realistic, I do have the power to do all these things and whatnot, but it's not the sense where it's like, I could do what I want, you should fear me.
Yeah.
It's more so like, because there's a lot of things that, like, I can go into that, like, I'm somebody who almost never deals with stress. I don't get stressed easy, stuff like that. And so, a lot of our members do. And so I try to use that knowledge and that advice to help them out and whatnot. And in terms of, like, because again, like, I tell people too, like, if I say something, and even if I think it's right, if they disagree, I tell them, like, just let me know. Nobody's gonna get mad or nothing. So I let people express their opinions, because one thing I don't want to do is suppress everybody's ideas and opinions. Even if it's wrong, we know it's wrong, I still want to, hear it come out of their mouths and hear what they have to say. So I would say the only aspect of putting people in place is not so much there being too much of a hassle. It's more so like trying to get people on the path to success, because we actually had like an hour, almost 2 hour meeting, I would say a couple weeks ago, and probably our most productive meeting. And one of the biggest things I talked about was excuses. And one thing that's really changed is I'm being a little bit more harsh on them, but for the better, to get them on the path to success. Because again, I'm going to kind of summarize it, because we'll be all night if I go into detail with this. But
Yeah.
to me, success is just like, if you're making excuses, if you're constantly just, man, I would edit this video, even though it's going to take 30 minutes. I'm going to lose an hour of sleep tonight, and I can't get my solid 10 hours of sleep. I got to get 9 hours. I don't know if I could do that. I'll push like stuff like that, like just excuses, schoolwork and stuff. Because I'm a full-time college student and stuff like that. I get everybody's life is different, but to get where I am today is because I've sacrificed things. Sleep, time management, stuff like that. And so that's what I try to teach our members is, like, again, everybody's life is different, but there's a point where if you really want something and you sign it, because they literally signed up for this. We had a whole application process. They literally signed up for this. And so I tell them, like, if you can't take care of yourself, how do you expect to take care of a team, or at least like be a part of a team? And so my goal is to get them to understand, like, look, you got to focus on yourselves. And if you're constantly being like, yeah, I don't want to lose sleep, or I got this in the morning, or I don't know if I could do, it's like, look, if you get something done and still get all those other things done as well, get it done. Like, some people love leisure time, or whatever the word is, they like having that time where they can just sit around and do nothing. And so, like I said, our team, I believe a lot in it, same vision as Pocket and whatnot. We have a lot going on and stuff like that. And I, again, pretty much have the same vision. And, when people, do make excuses and stuff like that, it's not to to tell them, like, oh, I find it annoying. It's more so, again, to get them on the path to success for their own benefit. Because again, if you want to be successful, if you want to reach especially big goals, it doesn't just have to be YouTube, it could be anything in life. If you want to reach goals, you're gonna have to sacrifice something. It might be sleep, it might be talking to people less, like, it literally could be anything.
You think
so?
My bad to interrupt. Do you think this connects to your persona? Because I do. I watched a few of your streams. Pretty good streamer. Do you think this connects with your persona? Like I said, because I've seen that you became more of an inspirational person who likes to use quotes now and then to inspire people to do better. Do you think this has something to do? You're giving it a little bit of your personal touch to it?
Yeah, I mean, to summarize it, it's like I tell people all the time, it's literally who I am. Like in person, online, like if you could physically copy and paste me, I'm literally the exact same person. Everywhere I go, you know, no matter who I'm around, like all the forms of inspiration I try to give, all the times where people are going through something, I'm trying to be there for them. Like that's who I am. It doesn't feel like because I've had people tell me like a lot of people in the community and stuff like that have been like, dude, you should be a because there's times where we'll be in like a big call and we're talking about like depression or something like that, and all this big old speech, and everybody's like, you should be a therapist. I'm like, look, would it be an easy job for me? Honestly, if I'm being like not cocky or anything, I think it would. I think it'd be something I enjoy and stuff like that. I don't see myself doing it, but I just definitely think it'd be something that's like a possibility, like a very, very low possibility, but still there. But no, like that's what I'm saying. Like it's essentially who I am. Like I never feel like it's forced. Like, oh, I gotta help this person out. Like I'm somebody who, if I have an assignment due, I'm not saying I'm gonna risk a late assignment to help somebody, but if I got some time, I'm gonna use all that time I can, drop everything I'm doing to help a person. And I never feel like it's forced. Even if because another thing too about me is I have a lot of patience, like a lot of
Yeah.
patience. Like I'm talking physically and mentally. If I'm standing in a line and trying to order food and it's taking 2 hours, like well at that point I probably wouldn't even stay there. But the overall idea is I wouldn't like be like, oh my, hurry up. I'd have that patience. And same with like mentally, mental wise. If I'm talking to someone, they're just being stubborn, they're not listening, they're just absolute hassle to get through. I got that patience, because my goal is to work with that person and understand them and see where they're coming from. Because in my eyes, I might think, oh, they're being stubborn, they're not listening, but in their eyes, they're thinking something completely different. And so my goal is to see their perspective, because perspective is everything. It is literally everything. Nobody sees, the same thing exactly the same. There's always a couple little notches that are different. Uh,
Do you think
but
there's that one person in the group that doesn't believe or doesn't really agree with you, who thinks that you're just a cunt or in other words, like a dumbass saying like, "Oh wow, he's trying to be inspirational," when I don't even see any inspiration in his video, or blah blah blah, or blah blah this. Do you think there's that one person who potentially is backstabbing, or you wouldn't know because maybe you think you have that connection with the group?
I would say I definitely have that connection. I mean, some of these members I've only known for a few months. Um, I'll go a little deep, little personal, and say that like I've been backstabbed 1,000 times in my life and stuff like that by multiple different people. Just
Oh yeah,
not like a horrible way, but just like just spending years, friendships just being broken out of nowhere for no reason. Essentially just being used. Again for the same reason, helping people, being there for them, guiding them in the right direction. Doing everything I can to help them, and then just being like, yeah, you don't matter. So, I have that experience as well, and so I see a lot of things that maybe the average person might not see. They haven't experienced a whole lot of that, and with our group specifically, I think we definitely do. And like, you know, I like this, when all this switched over and stuff like that, and I was in place now.
well,
Again, I didn't sit there and be like, oh, I'm your new leader. Like, I didn't express it. I try to
yeah,
make it
yeah.
as subtle as possible, where it's like, look, even though these things are switched, like, don't be, don't think like everything's gonna change. Things are gonna be drastically different. Like, things have been different, but for the better and in a good way. And making sure, because my priority isn't again to control or anything. It's always to make sure that they're successful. Because we told them to in their interviews, because we did interviews and everything. We told them, like especially me, I was like, my main goal is to make sure they succeed. It's not we need more members in the empire to help us get bigger numbers. It's no, you guys need the help. Come over to our group. We'll help you out. We'll make sure you're successful, because this is all about them. It's the empire, but that's what the empire is. It's not just it's specifically the group, but it's the community. That's why we have the
Yeah.
empire community, because we're trying to be a leading figures for these guys. um so I would say, like, I don't know, I have a lot of respect for my members. I really, really do. And little things I noticed too is like sometimes, like recently, like it's small things, but like Pocket put a post like, who do you think's better at PvP, and there's like 4 choices, and I was like the lowest, and like everybody was down like, dude, Manny's super underrated, you guys are sleeping on him. Like, that's PvP to me. I don't take PvP serious. I'm just saying things like that where like your members are sticking up for you and they're standing out. Or like somebody might put a post like, who's your favorite streamer, and it's like all the members like crafted many. So they don't have to do that. That's the thing, they do not have to do that. It doesn't give them a higher spot in the group. It just shows me it's like, look, I'm not telling them to do these things. They're doing them on their own. So I'm assuming I'm doing something right. And that's my goal, to hopefully do something right to inspire them. Because again, I'm not here to, I'm helping you guys out. So in return, you gotta, gas me up on Twitter. It's like, nah, if
Yeah,
I'm
you're right.
here doing my job and you guys are out here, just admiring that and stuff like that. Like it honestly does, like, heart to heart, mean a lot to me. So I just have a whole lot of respect for my members. They're amazing people, and like I said, my goal is to make sure they succeed.
Well, yeah. I mean, shout out to the Empire. I don't want to make this whole podcast about the Empire, but yeah, shout out to them. And of course, the leader, of course, that's I guess leading them to kind of sheezy to a brighter future, right? But yeah.
Definitely.
Now, changing the whole topic to one end to another, what's your thoughts on these disgusting moron, retarded looking YouTubers, and to be more exact, Minecraft YouTubers who are sending messages to underage girls? And to be more exact, I'm talking about EY Stream, who Pocket made a video about yesterday, or the day before that, or on Rainbow.
Oh man, dude. Woo! I would love to be here all night talking about this. I don't talk about it. That's one thing I'm doing too, because I'm very vocal. Like I'm not the type of person, like, I'm going off track here, but it's kind of the same subject. Like I'm not the type of person where it's like, I don't know, if you like, I'm not like I'm the type of person who will speak up. I'm not very, like, I don't hide things, but I'm not going to be super blunt. Like if I find somebody, like let's say in person, I'm talking to somebody and they're super annoying, I'm not going to bluntly be like, dude, you're annoying. Like I'm not going to go that far. But if maybe they're talking to somebody else in a wrong way and they're being a little bit rude, I might step in and be like, hey, you might want to be a little bit nicer, So in those aspects, so that's kind of why I'm online as well. Like there's so many things I would love to speak on and stuff like that and just be vocal, but I just know there's gonna be, there's always fans and I'm like, oh, they didn't do anything wrong, blah blah blah. So that's why, like, now going forward, I kind of just keep that shut. So I would say this podcast is the perfect opportunity to talk about it, because yeah, I mean, I dropped a video on Rainbow completely roasting him. Like, I'm not, this sounds super corny, but no, like, I don't mean like roast, like, oh, Rainbow, you got a big nose. Like, I was actually, like, personally taking shots at him because he, he was actually a friend of ours. Like, he was in the Empire. A lot of people already know that and stuff like that. But he was a close friend. Like, I mean, I considered him close. I mean, we only knew him online. In real life, he didn't live that far away from me, and we planned to meet up and everything. And I'm glad I didn't. Because there was a gut instinct that was telling me, like, yeah, I don't want to do it, dude. And I was really down for it, but yeah, all that went down and I was like, wow, like, it just, it felt like a betrayal to the group, because there were so many things he lied about and stuff like that. And even now, there are a few things that I don't want to make accusations, but there are some things that I have seen from him and I'm just like, come on, man. And then especially with the whole girl situation, like, we really were, like, torn down by that, because it's like, why, and then especially with people like EY Stream, I'm not gonna, again, I haven't watched too many videos on it, but I do know, like, obviously people are accusing him of that and stuff like that. Specifically, what I know more about is the thumbnails. So that I can speak on, because again, like I said, I haven't done too much research, and I'm that type of person. I like looking at both sides. I like doing my research first, and I'm being 100% honest. I haven't done full research, so I won't make the whole pedophile accusations against them, but I know they are being made and stuff like that. But I'm gonna be honest, I wouldn't be surprised because of the thumbnails. I did see Pocket's recent video, a little bit of it, and seeing how, he's tweeting out about, any thumbnail makers that could do styles like this, blah, blah, blah. So he knows he can make these other thumbnails, and he's being accused of making these inappropriate thumbnails, and he's still doing it. So my honest thoughts is, again, I'm not going to be like, iStream's disgustable, but it's like, dude, what are you doing? Like,
watch,
you know what I mean?
I'm going to interrupt you in the middle of that. And no, don't get me wrong with what I'm about to say. I don't agree with what EY Stream is doing. I totally hate the guy. I don't like him at all. But don't you think the thumbnail can go two different ways? Where when he's making the thumbnail and the kids that are watching the thumbnail are innocent kids and don't know what it means. And now that people are searching up EY Stream and seeing these videos, now you're taking that innocence away from a child and you're making him see inappropriate things in the thumbnail that he wasn't seeing before because he didn't know about it. Or kids coming in already being inappropriate and knowing what they know, and of course the thumbnail already being inappropriate. What do you think? What do you think of those two sites? What do you think of people who are going at it in different views? You get me?
Yeah, well, that's what I said. Like, that's why I was like, I just, I wouldn't be surprised because I'm like, people who do things like that, they kind of have this mentality. Because I'm trying to think what's going through his mind when he's doing this. He's ordering a thumbnail, and I'm assuming how thumbnail orders work. Because I talked to a lot of big YouTubers who describe the process, and it's typically them actually describing their thumbnails. So I can kind of imagine he's sitting there like, yo, make it like this. Do put this girl here, do this there, and it's just like. Then I'm thinking that. Then I'm thinking before that. I'm like, okay, what's going through his mind before that? Looking at his channel, dude, I gotta make just the best looking thumbnail, get the clicks. It's like, I get it, dude. You make more money, but why? And like I said, to add on to what you said and whatnot, I mean, he makes these energetic high videos for kids, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with making
Yeah.
content for kids. The problem is that exact reason when because sometimes YouTubers don't mean to make videos for kids. They're just making videos, but it's Minecraft. It's targeted towards the kid audience. Now, he was cursing all the time and being more mature. That's all right. He might not have as big of an audience, but the audience he has, he knows one. I know for a fact 100% he knows their kids. You can literally look at your analytics and see the
Yeah.
age thing,
Well,
And so,
he was actually nominated for Nickelodeon Kids Awards in the UK. So I mean that just really says he's kid friendly. I mean, only kid friendly people get those. So, well, most of the time,
yeah. So yeah, like if you know you're a kid, you have a kid audience, you got to respect that and just tone it down. He doesn't have to do that much. I don't know. I haven't heard any word from him, but it's it's not like you got to do a whole lot. Just don't make. You can make the same style of thumbnails, just not as make it more appropriate and stuff like that. And so yeah, these kids are. Especially, again, when you're a kid, a lot of what you learn is what you're influenced as, when you're a kid. And so they're seeing all these thumbnails, think it's okay, and they're getting into that way too young for that. And so, again, he's got to be a better example. And I know his actual content, like the way he commented stuff, it's perfect. It's perfect for that type of audience. He's not gonna sit here and be like, he's a horrible YouTuber. The quality, he puts, the energy, it's good. I don't think anybody could disagree with that. But it's and I guess you could say the quote unquote marketing that makes sense, like because that's essentially what a thumbnail is. It's essentially a billboard advertisement. Here's the video as a thumbnail. Ooh, let me click on it. So again, he doesn't have to do that much. I don't know. It's not that hard. Literally just make more appropriate thumbnails. You could do this the same style, but
Yeah.
it's really just that. If you have a kid audience, don't make thumbnails like that. I think even if you don't have a kid audience.
You shouldn't,
Yeah, because it's Minecraft, but it's it's whatever. But specifically for a situation, yeah, it's like it's not that hard. Just don't make those thumbnails. You could do the same style, just not what he's been doing.
Honestly, I feel like if you would have done the same thing a few years ago, even if he was kid friendly, it would have passed as okay, I guess. And I know it's not okay, but I think it would have passed just because it was different times. And just for an example, like we did have like the vlog channel, like Smile More. What is his name? That's his model.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
You know who I'm talking about, right? Though, but he has his motto of Smile More. He's a kid friendly channel, right? Exactly. And he used to use back then. He started using thumbnails of his wife and like bras and just sexualizing his wife for thumbnail clicks, and no one ever criticized him on that topic. Of course, I'm not trying to say wow he could have done it in an earlier time and it would have been okay. I'm just saying that I guess times have changed and it's just it's fucked. It's just there's so many ways to look at a topic, but at the end of the day, it's just wrong. I guess. I mean, I guess what you're doing, what you're doing is right. You're not going like fully at it. You're just staying back, knowing which side is right. But I guess
Yeah, because ultimately, like if I were choosing a side, it would be the opposite of what he's on. Because I don't
exactly
know what he's doing.
I don't. Yeah, neither.
But I'd still love to hear because I still haven't heard like a statement from him. And it's like him not saying anything just to me just concerns like he knows what he's doing. If he came out, but even if he came out with an explanation, it's like what explanation could you give? You know what I mean? Like, oh, I didn't know, dude. I mean, it's just a girl in the thumbnail. I didn't think it was that bad. You know what I mean? Like, there's not much more you can explain outside of that.
Yeah, because Pocket, I saw Pocket videos and he says that he's been saying that it's his management team. But if you're a manager, you need to know what your a boss likes, as like, it's just put it as an example. If you, let's say you're my manager, if I sent you to get me a sandwich, you don't just go and get me a sandwich. You have to ask me what I like. So it's kind of pathetic that his excuse is his management team, because the management team needs to know what the boss wants to be able to make that happen. You get me?
Yeah, because I'm assuming his management, especially YouTube management, works a little bit different. It's not so much like they're your manager; it's they're managing the work you're giving them. And so
Exactly. Yeah.
he's still like the boss, and it's like all you gotta do literally just takes one message in less than 10 seconds. Hey, don't make the thumbnails as sexual. Okay, there you go. End of story. But he's dragging it on, dragging it on, dragging on. He's like, dude, how much farther can I go? And I'm not just saying this because Pocket's a friend. He's right. Pocket really is like the only person. There's probably someone else out there, but he's really the only person I know that's actually speaking about it, because he's right. And I would too, if I was going that direction with my videos, but I'm not, stuff like that. But he is, and I feel like the bigger he gets on YouTube, he could. I'm not gonna be like, yo, Pocket can ruin his career, but it's like, if you keep doing this, you're not speaking up about it. Pocket will continue to make videos, on him and stuff like that, spreading the word. And there's gonna be a point where he's just pulling hundreds of thousands of views, and all of a sudden more people are gonna, look at that and be like, wow, like iStream really is, because Pocket does his research. Looks at his facts. He doesn't just, oh, I think this is no, like he actually does his research, gets his notes and stuff like that. So that's why people love his videos, because they're factual. And so, if he's pulling all these views and stuff like that, and they just continue to get higher and higher and higher, eventually iStream is probably gonna, lose reputation. I know he's lost probably like 1%. It's probably nothing to him.
Exactly. Yeah. Maybe.
But the more you keep doing, like I said, it just takes one message to your management team or whoever your manager is, like, yo, don't make the thumbnails like this. Bam, there you go. Oh, how do you want to, how do you want the boss? Well, if like the prison cell one. Well, don't put the girl in front. Just put me behind bars, and put a fully dressed girl on the left side. There you go. Simple as that. Like it doesn't. You know what I mean? Like
I know
it's
what
not
you
that
mean.
hard
Yeah.
at all.
It's not at all.
Hard.
And yeah, I mean, I talked about it with King Jones about Rainbow and when the situation happened and all that. Um, I don't like him neither, and I hate the fact that he came back to YouTube, um, acting like nothing happened. It was just so pathetic to see him live streaming and acting like nothing happened. Um, and there's rumors out there that King Jones has said it too as well, that he's been saying that he's gonna beat up King Jones and this and that. But it's just crazy how they don't, I guess, in some way learn from their mistakes. But yeah, going on, I did search up a little bit about you. Steam, you play a lot of Steam games, right?
Yeah.
How many hours do you think you have in your public games in your profile?
Public games. I mean, shoot, I'd have to look right now. I mean,
Here, I made the math for you. The ones that you've left a review so far on have 540 hours clocked in.
yeah. So my let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Top 12, about 13 games have over 100 hours. I mean,
Yes.
because yeah, because a lot of people think I just play Minecraft and stuff like that, but really it's just for videos and stuff like that, or if I
No,
gotta,
yeah,
if I'm just chilling with friends. But
you have
yeah,
144 hours on Resident Evil 2. How crazy is that, in it?
yeah.
So, Jesus Christ. How good are you at the game? Explain, People don't know. Maybe a lot of people, I'm pretty sure, are getting surprised about hearing this even now.
I mean, yeah, a lot of people are surprised, because I mean, like I don't really know anybody else, especially like friends and stuff like that, who play like, because you think like Minecraft, a lot of people might play like Call of Duty or like Fortnite on the
Yeah.
side, but I tell people, yeah, dude, I play games where people's heads get chopped off and stuff. Like, what? You play that? But yeah, no, Resident Evil. I mean, that's my favorite franchise of all time. Like people, like I said, a lot of people think like, oh, what's your favorite game, Minecraft? That's like, nah, I grew up playing like a lot of, because I grew up with Nintendo and stuff like that. Mario Golf was my first game on the GameCube, and uh, I think I was like 3 years old when my dad took me to see the Resident Evil 2 movie in theaters, and then that was like the first time I was exposed to it.
Yeah.
And then the third game from 1999 was the first one I ever played, and then like 2008 I found out that we had the fourth game, and then I played that, and that was the first one that like really that I actually finished and got me to the series, and ever since it's been like a diehard fan and stuff like that.
It's not
like
bad, bro.
reading on the lore, on the mangas and stuff like that. Playing all the games, speed running. I used to hold world records for like 5 different RE games and stuff like that. So definitely like a big player on that.
Bro, I didn't even know that, but that's amazing. That's I guess you can say one of your passions.
Oh yeah, dude, I love speedrunning. It's one of my biggest passions. Been doing it for like 13 years now.
Yo, you know who I like the way that changed their content? Mr. Sam. Um,
Oh yeah, for sure.
doing his movie reviews. They're quite badass if you ask me.
Yeah, I've watched at least like I think 4 or 5 of them. Yeah, I like his style. Like it's because it's it's super like I don't know. It's just something about the mood. It's chill. I don't really like tell him and stuff like that, but no, I've kind of been in the shadows watching him, and yeah, he's the way he does them are like he's really good at it.
Yeah, the crazy part is that I watch movies, a lot of movies, so that's why watching him, he's a Alita Battle Angel fan. He's a real big fan when that came out. Yeah, I don't know if you've
Yeah.
seen his collection. Jeez, it's crazy.
Oh yeah, all his tweets, everything. Yeah, I know he's a big fan. I haven't seen it myself, but yeah, I know he's a big fan and stuff like that. And I think every movie he's reviewed, I pretty much have seen, so I can actually like relate to him and I'll watch him and be like, okay, he's making good points. So yeah, he's really good at that stuff.
Yeah, and yo, I found out you've been a bit of a naughty boy, huh? Following Summer Rae on your Instagram account.
On Instagram, dude, I follow a bunch of like girls on Instagram.
I know, I'm just kidding, bro. Yeah, yeah. Uh,
Me too.
here,
It's
thrown out.
usually
I go for it.
I mean that's Summer Rae, but usually like the female streamers and stuff like that. It's usually like I'll be strolling and like somebody will retweet something and I'll watch their page and usually they're gamers and stuff like that. I'm like, all right, and they pretty much all play Minecraft, so I'm like, why not?
You're a simp, bro. Are you a simp?
No, it's definitely not. But
Come on,
shoot, man,
come on, bro.
you know what?
Come on, bro.
No,
Between us.
you know what I tell people when people like you got a girlfriend, dude. I'm like, nah, dude. I'm in a relationship with my goals.
Okay, smooth, smooth. I see, huh?
I know, right?
Okay, I see. Okay, you're moving smooth and mad. Okay, I see. Okay,
Yes,
um,
sir.
but yeah, what's the next move? Come on, give me a little hint of that. What's the next move? I see you started your new commentary way of making videos.
Oh
Um,
yeah, dude. This I haven't felt a spark like this probably since the day I started YouTube. I'm not even kidding. Like these next few videos, like I'm not even kidding. I literally have 237 video ideas just lined up. And that's gonna last me for a year because I don't upload every day, because these videos they take, I just recorded one today. It's gonna
oh
take me
yeah.
like 6 hours to edit. So I really wanted to my one of because I have a bunch of goals this year that I wrote down. Some of them are 100K subs on YouTube and had some Twitch goals and stuff like that, and daily uploading. And I'm just thinking, like, with these new videos, I mean, I want to spend some time on them, and I want to upload a video when it's actually ready. And so, yeah, with what I got coming up, like just a bunch of comparison stuff, like just a whole bunch of, I don't want to spoil too much, but lots of bangers, lots of creative, because that's my goal too. Is what's content I can create that's unique. Somebody coming to the Hive community, like I'm tired of looking, same bland content. Can I find something different? And then hopefully that's my goal to kind of step in, like, yo, come over here. We got some unique, content over here. So putting
That's
more effort
good.
into these videos, and because I don't just want to slap a clickbait title and thumbnail, how to do this in MCB. It's like, nah, I want to put full effort, full production, and show people what we can do around here.
Oh, I see a little bit of shade. What do you think of YouTubers who do that? Actually, yeah.
Oh, no. I have nothing wrong with that. Like YouTubers who like literally just upload gameplay videos, nothing wrong with that. It's just me. It's more of a self value thing because that's why I stopped putting gameplay videos. People who do that, nothing wrong with that. It's for my own benefit because
Okay.
I honestly was not having fun with gameplay videos. I started like these funny commentary, like short commentary videos for a bit. They're cool and all. I kind of got bored of them like by the third video, and so the videos I'm doing now, it's not so much to like prove like, oh, I'm gonna be the most unique YouTuber, I'm gonna be the best. It's not that. It's more so, again, my own production value, because I've studied video production for years and used to write scripts all the time and stuff like that. So it's like the perfect opportunity for me to really let that skill shine and stuff like that. And it's just, it just, I'm the type of person, I don't like handouts. I hate handouts, like this, even the
Yeah,
smallest
yeah.
things. I want to actually feel like I work for something. And so it's like with these videos, if I put out a simple 10-minute gameplay video, no editing, maybe like one cut, intro, outro, boohoo, like there's no reward to that for me. But if I'm spending hours and making these videos, highly produced, it, for me at least, makes me feel much more rewarded. And again, knowing that I put the hard work and seeing the results. So, it's not to prove anything, not to prove I'm better by no means. It's just for my own sake and to, again, do something different that no one's really done before.
No, yeah, I understand you now. Back then when I had my old channel, same name, DiaZnow, I hit 1,000 subscribers back when I had that. Pure commentary videos. I came back again, created a new account, and I can't do it. I just commentary videos are not it. I mostly do just funny cuts and memes after the funny cuts, and that's the type of video I do now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just, I mean, I guess everybody's grown out of their little criteria they started in, and now are just expanding towards new ideas and evolving, if you want to say.
Yeah, because my friends are super inspiring for that too. I mean, Pocket, same thing. Used to do gameplay videos. Now he's doing these, or they're doing so much better for him. My friend Potato, used to do the same thing, gameplay videos, and his videos now so much like better. And we all know this too. Like all of our content's improved and stuff like that. And especially many other members in our group, like that's just the best part, because we've all been there since day one and stuff like that. And to see everybody really expand and actually work out for them, like it's the best thing about the team, really.
It is. You're expanding the foundation of the group. So, I mean, for sure, you guys are gonna make it far, not only as individuals but as a group as well.
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, I mean, I think this is all we have for today. It was pretty good having you on. You have to give anything, what would you say? And I usually ask everybody before asking it, what would you tell someone who's trying to start a YouTube channel right now? What would you tell them to inspire them to keep going hard at it and not give up?
You cannot start YouTube, or at least you cannot start with the mentality that you want to blow up if you don't have patience. If you have poor patience, you need to work on your patience before you start a channel. Because from everybody I know and from my own experience, patience is the number one thing. So again, if you're somebody who's got very, 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 very low patience, you got to work on that first. And then once you're comfortable enough with that, then just go into it. Do what you want. A lot of people say, focus on a game that you want to play, or like a genre, like are you going to be a vlogger, a gamer, or whatever. I'd say, if you're going to game and stuff like that, which is probably what a majority of people are going to do, post whatever. Don't be like, oh, I got to do Minecraft. Because when you're a small YouTuber, it's always best to just post whatever and see what works the best, and then focus on that, rather than, because if you're at 1 million subs and you're a Minecraft YouTuber and you post a GTA video, probably not going to do as well. I mean, you're more established, so it's still get a bunch of views, but it probably won't do as well. And so that's your goal as a smaller YouTuber, to experiment. It's all about experimenting. You're never gonna, you can't do Minecraft, get low views. I'm like, well, I guess I can't be a YouTuber because I'm getting no views. It's like, well, it could be a bunch of different factors. Maybe your titles, your thumbnails, but it could also be maybe that content just isn't for you. Maybe try a different game or whatever. So, like I said, just patience, definitely the number one thing, and experimenting, and just give it a go. And really, I mean, everyone's paths from there really just branch off in different directions. So, like I said, it's all about experimenting and seeing what works and what doesn't.
Hey, you heard it right here, ladies and gentlemen. Any shout outs to anybody? Yourself?
Shoot. No, I mean, honestly, this was enough for me, but shout out to the Empire, most definitely. Not just like, oh, go check them out. It's not like that. It's just like, shout out to them, just being real ones, and just trying to be successful and not giving up so easily. And everybody has something to work on, and that's our goal. Nobody's ever flawless or perfect, and so for what they do and what they've accomplished up to this point, like I'm super proud as the position I'm in. I'm super proud of them. So shout out to the Empire and what they've accomplished. Honestly, I can't say any. I can't think any less than them and say any less of them. I mean, they're amazing people.
Yeah, you heard it here. Shout out to the Empire. Shout out to CraftedManny for coming on the OnEdge Podcast, and we'll see you guys next time. Links are gonna be down in the description, so leave a like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next time. Peace out.
Peace out, everybody.